Impregnator. This stuff's pretty good. This is, I wouldn't call this high-end. There are better products out there. This is above the middle, probably 2/3 of the way up the scale, what I would consider to be the best of the best, in my humble opinion. It's like 20 bucks for this little bitty pint, but this will be enough to do the shower enclosure. I don't like keeping a bunch of this on inventory because I like it fresh out of the can. I'm probably only going to use about 2/3 of this, maybe half, and then I'll leave the rest for the property owner to reapply. It says it's good up to 20 years, but I mean, really, who knows? It really depends on your use. It depends how aggressively you clean your tile and your grout and stuff, you know. So anyhow, we're going to get set up and I'll show you how this stuff goes on. So I went ahead and just buffed up the bright work. They're not replacing any of it. I think, as I mentioned before, I think I called it a Delta faucet. It's actually a Kohler faucet. I hadn't seen the finished trim. It was in a box. So just clean it up. I'm going to apply this 511 impregnator with just a regular clean towel. And this stuff's pretty heavy duty. So you want to wear gloves. You want to make sure you got windows open. Where's my thing? I'm going to use it directly out of this container. Just going to put it on that clean face towel. I'm going to just generously wipe it onto the tile. I'm going to allow it to sit on that tile for like 5 minutes or so, 5-6 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer depending, because it is pretty cool this morning. I know it won't kick on me. And smell that? That is a solvent-based product, which is what I like. Yeah, it's a stinker. Pew. And then let it sit there for a little bit. I'm probably going to do a second. Well, not probably. I'm certain I'm going to do a second coat. So I'm going to put one coat of this on, and then while that stuff's just absorbing, I'm going to come and paint the trim. That ought to give it about, I don't know, 17 to 19 minutes to cure in. To soak into the stone, and then I'll come back, do a second coat, allow that about 45 minutes or so, buff it out with a towel, put the trim work back on. So this is how I'm going to leave it. 2.5 days from rags to riches, I guess. I didn't do the demolition on this, so demo would have added at least one more day to it. Not horrible. All the same bright work went back on. The meathead that did do the demolition broke all the plastic tabs on these things, so that was a little bit frustrating. Not extremely, but a little bit. I did run some new foam, weather stripping foam, back behind this chrome piece. Sorry, wrong finger. And while I don't use 100% clear silicone to glue this to that, what I do around that little square tile that I had cut, and I thought I had the camera rolling when I did this, but apparently my controls were in my brain were backwards. You know, it is what it is. Well, what I do is I take the 100% clear silicone and I make a little crescent with a peak on the top of silicone on the tile around the perimeter of the hole. And then I did put new foam here. That way, and you snug it down really good with the screws, so the foam should give you a weatherproof seal. But if for some reason water does get back behind there, in theory it'll hit the top of that silicone, it'll go down the little crescent and come out the side. There is a drain hole on the bottom of this little plastic cover, or metal. Actually, I think that's a metal cover. That's like a pot metal. Anyhow, Meat Hands broke the 2 plastic tabs that snap this colored, this little color card here, the temperature card, broke it. So it wasn't holding on there, so I put a little dab of clear silicone on either side of this plastic and I bedded it into there once I was sure that this piece was nice and snug. And Meat Hands broke the plastic tabs off of here that hides the screw that holds the handle on. So once again, a little dab of silicone on there. I will let the homeowner know that in the event that any of this needs to come apart, that he needs to be gentle in his prying or he will break the whole plastic collar. Likely I can go to Kohler and order new pieces, but I want to get out of here today and not in 10 to 14 days. So it is what it is. If he really wants new pieces, he can have the guy that did the demolition, his handyman guy, come in and do it him damn self. So that's where we have 2 coats of sealant. I think we are golden. 1 coat of paint. Man, I can't stress enough. I do have to clean up my paint setup. Just how nice quality paint is. In this case, Benjamin Moore. A lot of people ask me, hey, what kind of paint do you like? Well, Kelly Moore, Benjamin Moore, those are my 2. Sherman-Williams is pretty good paint too. But the Benny Moore is good stuff. I mean, that's quality stuff. Likely that's a $25 quart of paint, but in 1 coat it covers and it's not ropey. Yeah, it does just fine. It does just fine. It's drying out right now, so it's got some color variations, but once it fully kicks, it'll be aces. So I'm going to clean up my brush setup, and I'm going to roll on down the road to that. A quick tip too, if you're doing demo, regardless of if you're keeping the tub or deleting the tub, in this case the tub stayed in place, or if you're doing work over a tub, unless you want to become a plumber really fast, always protect your drains. Always cover or tape over or do something to protect your debris from going down your drains. I took a shot back to that thing. Remember, I didn't do the demo. When I come in here, I always take blue tape and I tape over the hole, and then usually I'll throw a towel or a rag or something over the hole just to keep crap out of there, because I'm not a plumber. I don't want to pretend that I'm a plumber, and I don't want to deal with clogged drains. Well, I took a shot back to this thing this morning before I called it a day and pulled out a bunch of debris from the meathead that did the demolition of the tile. Yeah, so anyway, that's a quick tip. I hope you enjoyed this series, and as I've always said, my videos are not necessarily a how-to. There are a lot of how-to tile videos out there. This is just how I do, and how I do seems to work pretty darn decent. So if there's anything that you can glean off these videos that may give you the confidence to try your own project, awesome. I think that's fantastic. If you have any questions, as always, leave a comment. And as you know, if you've watched my videos for more than a minute, I respond to 99.8% of all my comments. So if you got a question, got a comment, you got a suggestion, do it down there. Go ahead and like, comment, favorite. Wait, is that right? Yeah, whatever. Just click the thumbs up button if you really feel so inclined, and let me know what you think. All right, I gotta go, gotta run. See ya! Okay, actually, here's a postscript. This is really how I'm going to leave it. I ended up painting the door as well because the door had some in it. And looks like the paint matched. I'm glad I grabbed the correct can. So anyway, that's the way it is. They're going to deal with putting the shower on, the shower curtain. They're probably going to get some kind of tension rod or have their guy drill some holes in there. I offered to do it, but they hadn't picked one out yet. They hadn't gotten it here. I offered to get it, and they weren't sure what they wanted, if they were going to do a shower door or a shower curtain. So there I leave it with the door on. Just a quick coat of paint to make it look a little better. Above and beyond, baby. Customer service. Gotta go, gotta run. See you!